Here we are on a chilly November day at the Christmas Sanctuary in New York State, ready to find some letterboxes. This here is Peacelovepiano, otherwise known as Flory, who's going to be finding a series of boxes today. I have hidden these series, so we will see if she can follow my clues.
And here are the clues.
All right, let's see. What you do is you go to AtlasQuest.com and you can print out clues that tell you where to find the boxes. And you'll be able to hear them as we go through here. Let's go.
Okay. Let's see. Clues. You'll be starting out on the blue trail. At point 2 miles, the trail forks left. Oh, the trail forks. Sorry. Go right. Okay, so.
Let's go. Letterboxing was started in 1854 in Dartmoor, England. A Victorian guide named James Perrott hid his calling card in the wildest area around along the banks of Cranmore Pool. Visitors could collect the card to prove their accomplishment and leave self-addressed postcards behind as well for others to find. It wasn't until 1907 that the first rubber stamp was included. All right, so do you have any favorite stories of letterboxing that you would want to share?
Well, let's see. Oh, I've had so many. I don't recommend going when it's -20.
You have done that.
I have done that. It's a bad idea.
Just so people know, I was the middle of winter. Yes, I'm sharing this story. And I was at work at like 5 p.m. and it was completely dark outside. And I get a phone call from Flory, and she's asking me where she should be looking for a certain letterbox that I'd hidden like 6 months ago for my Dr. Seuss series. She was out in the middle of the dark, in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the freezing cold. And I'm like, why? What are you doing out there? Like, really? But she is very persistent.
Yes. Not rain, nor snow, nor common sense will keep me from letterboxing.
Yep.
I did steal that from somebody on the boards. Just FYI.
Excellent.
All right, so keep going until a man-made fence, right there, blocks your path. Make a hard left turn and head downhill. Hard left, down the hill.
When you first begin letterboxing, you will want to create a trail name for yourself. This is the name that you will be known as in the letterboxing community. When I go to an event, my real name is forgotten. I am Knits for the weekend. For materials, you will want an ink pad, blank paper, and a rubber stamp. It can be store-bought or hand-carved, but this stamp is one that represents you, and you'll leave it in each logbook you find.
At the bottom of the hill, there is a blue blaze. Remember this location. Take a right toward the sound of the waterfall.
Once you find a box, you can log it in online. You can leave a note on AtlasQuest.com for the planter to thank them and tell them the condition of the box. Success!
Yay! All right. Now, and my backpack.
So when you're letterboxing, you're looking for these Tupperware boxes, and they can be hidden anywhere. They can be hidden out in the woods. They can be hidden in libraries. They can be hidden in places in the city, just parks, anywhere that somebody decides they want to find one. or they want to plant one. So you're going to take this, open it up, and you're going to bring your own ink pad and your own book to stamp them into.
Okay.
Voila!
Beautiful. All right. Now, being the hippie that I am, I tend to do mine tie-dye. It's just my thing.
I like your tie-dye stamps.
All right, so I'm pressing down all over the place so I can get as good an image as I possibly can. It helps that the book is on a really hard, pretty flat surface. And there we go.
Perfect.
So now I will put everything back and hide it better than I found it. All right, so we're back at the Blue Blaze, which they said remember for next time, for later on. So we're back. And let's see. Facing the Blue Blaze, continue to the left. Look for an open area where the stream and trail come together. Okay, so that's our next step.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we were at...
All right, what are we looking for?
All right, so look for an open area where the stream and trail come together. This looks like we're getting really darn close. Across the stream is the orange trail. If you'd like to hike an additional mile, I recommend this trail. It is a loop. I've done it before and it's gorgeous. So if you get a chance, definitely do it. We will not be doing that today. All right, otherwise, continue on. You will come to a metal fence and a sign that says, "Posted, keep out." So that's what we're looking for next.
As Flory said, we did not cross the stream today, but on a previous trip to look for a different letterbox, we came in spring during the snowmelt. We tried to cross to the point where one of our group was actually straddling a branch over the top of what was then a rushing river of water. Not a smart choice, and we never did get that box, but chalk this up to a lesson in common sense. Box responsibly, people.
Another aspect of letterboxing is the events you can go to. You can share stamps with fellow boxers, look for new series, and have a blast doing it. Flory takes it one step further and celebrates her birthday each year by having a letterboxing hike in January, because why not? You can actually look it up on the AtlasQuest events page and join us. It is open to everyone. So Flory does this every year where she has a January birthday hike where everybody goes out in the freezing cold with snow and mittens and pickaxes and goes letterboxing. Because why not? Of course we do. I have had to step off because of my asthma occasionally, but it is a ton of fun and it is truly open to anybody who wants to come.
Yes.
So if you want to come and try letterboxing, then sign up. She'd love to have you.
Yeah. And there is the posted keep out sign.
We're not going there
That's right.
because it says keep out.
So when letterboxing, it's a good idea to follow the rules. So if it says posted keep out, it's a good idea to keep out.
Yeah.
All right. So, and there's metal fence. It's a little hard to see, but there is a metal
We got it.
Okay. Continue on the trail parallel to the fence. At the end of the fence, take 50 steps. So that is our next location.
Another rule, or rather best practice, is not to share the image you collect online. You will notice that we are finding my own series today, so I gave myself permission to film them. Part of this hobby is secrets, so let's keep the fun going.
Looks like it. End of the fence. Okay. At the end of the fence, take 50 steps to where an old stone riverbed intersects the trail.
50 steps.
50 steps. All right, so 1, 2, 3.
In letterboxing, both paces and steps are terms that are used. A pace equals 2 steps, and a step is, well, a step. But it's good to pay attention to which of the terms the clue is using.
So everybody's steps are different, so it's important to look at the clues too. And the clues say 50 steps to where an old stone riverbed intersects the trail. It looks like it's right there, so we're pretty darn close. Face downhill and take about 20 steps off trail through this former stream bed. Keep an eye open for sparse growth of poison ivy. Being the time of year it is, we'll keep our eyes open, but not likely to have poison ivy. Okay, so 20.
Another useful tool to have on hand is a compass. We aren't using one today to find this box, but other series do require you to take compass readings in order to find landmarks or also possibly the box itself.
Okay. Look to your left for a tree that is about 1 foot in diameter. Probably not. And has grown at an angle. Yep. Base of the tree under sticks and leaves for box number 2. Aha! This looks like a suspicious pile of sticks and leaves to me. Otherwise known as a SPOS, suspicious pile of sticks.
Versus a spore, which is a suspicious pile of rocks.
Versus a SPOP, which is a suspicious pile of people. Sorry.
These are all very technical terms.
That's right. Yeah, there's a slug on there. And I felt it, which is why I dropped it. Sorry.
I think the box will survive. The slug might not know.
Alright. Okay, slugs are off. So here we go. Box number 2. This one is very similar to the other one. So here's the stamp. Beautiful, beautiful. But this one has a logbook. Logbooks can be all different sizes and shapes and made out of different things. I've seen all sorts. And so...
Our friend Turtle Run has been here.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
And so I will get out my signature stamp and I will stamp into the logbook.
The stamp Florrie is stamping right now. It's her own personal stamp. You'll see it in a moment. She brings this with her whenever she's letterboxing or going to letterboxing events, and that represents her and says that she's been there. It's her own calling card.
Once again, I am pressing all over the place to make sure that I get as good an image as possible, and there it is. So my signature stamp already has my name and my location on it, so I'm going to write the date in with a pen. So what I did just then was called huffing, and it helps to moisten the ink a little bit and more evenly distribute it on the stamp. So hopefully I can get as good an image as possible. There we go. And what I like to do is I like to immediately label my stamps, and I just take a minute to do that. Everybody has their own way of doing things, which is cool, but this way when I get home and I'm logging in online, I know which one is which, and I know what they're called and stuff like that. So I will take a minute and do that.
And this has been a day of letterboxing with Knits and Peacelovepiano. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Peacelovepiano for letting me videotape her finding my boxes. Keep an eye on this channel and my Instagram, InkyFingeredKnits, as well, as there will be more content coming out, more pictures of stamps, as well as additional videos on how to carve stamps with lessons. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!